Guessing that is working now. I don't have my screen to confirm that it's on. Weird. Okay. Let me check one more thing. Oh yeah, that's going. Okay, good. All right, so screen live stream's going. Looks like everyone connected. And I think we can get started. So I feel like I'm missing something. But oh well, I guess we'll just go ahead. All right, welcome everyone. This is Docket 310 WR102, the application of the Village of Bagley for authority to adjust water rates. This is Mike Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. We're connected by Zoom, and we have the utility and commission staff in attendance. We've made the connection available to members of the public, and we're also live streaming the hearing. At this point, we have no members of the public joining us by Zoom. What we're doing here today is creating the record in the case, and that's the documents we identify and verify under oath as exhibits, as well as any comments we receive live from the utility commission staff and members of the public that join us before we adjourn. We're also receiving comments from the public in writing. They can be posted on the commission's website through the link that appears on the screen share here that was in our notice of hearing. And also you can mail a comment to us by US mail. We need to receive comments by Thursday, February 27th. So far, we have no written comments on file. So once we have the record created, what we do with that is we give it to the decision maker in the case, and that's Andy Galvin, the division administrator for the Division of Water Utility Regulation and Analysis. So the administrator will review the record and then make a decision. Then a written order reflecting that decision will be posted to the commission's website and emailed to the utility. So part of the record is also the recording. So that way the administrator can hear the comments we make here today. So if there's nothing else we need to do before we get started, we're going to share on the screen a list of the documents filed in the case, and then we can have those verified. So first of all, we'll start with the utility exhibits. And so we have 14 exhibits in all. Let me see if we have someone in attendance that is comfortable with verifying all of those.
Yep, those should be. I think there's a couple more that I submitted, or one more this morning, but that was just to confirm back billing.
Okay, we can track that down if that's important. But let me swear you in first. So raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, so state your name and title for the record.
Shelley Liston, Village of Bagley, Clerk Treasurer.
Okay, and can you see the screen share?
Yes.
So there's 14 documents listed there. Are you familiar with those?
Yes.
Are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, so I just had one question in terms of the notice to customers. It says that they were posted on public notice boards. Where were those located? Can you
we have one by the post office, one across from our community building, and one over by our storm shelter on the other side of town.
Okay.
It's where we post any agendas or anything like that.
All right, great. That should work. So the last document then, so I'm going to share what we have unearthed for the docket for the case. And can you point out what you said? There was one more document that you
no, I see it there. Sorry, the top
summary?
one. That's the one that I put out this morning. So yeah, that's there.
Okay, yeah. So that's number 14 that we see on the screen share. Okay, so that's the summary of status of back billed accounts. So that's in the record. Okay, great. All right, so we got all those documents verified. Did you have any comments you'd like to make?
In general, or about like kind of the cost design and all that?
Whatever you'd want us to know, whatever you want the decision maker to know while they review the record. So this is your opportunity to add something.
I would probably, my main thing to add would be there was a lot of like lack of oversight that we noted as we were going through this rate study. So for example, we had numerous accounts that weren't showing up as any usage, but we know that people were there and using water. many times we've found that it's a bad meter, and so we've been swapping those meters out. I'm still kind of consolidating and getting an idea of how much it is, but we're estimating it could easily be over 100 to 200,000 gallons of water each year that, when these meters aren't caught, aren't being recorded. So then we're losing out on billing, and then on our what page is it? The not W14, sorry, the water audit statistics, so W15, that wouldn't be reflected in there. And so that would be that unknown water usage that I'm not sure if you guys assume that is fire protection. But if it is being assumed as fire protection, that would make our fire protection higher than it would statistically be. And I think the other kind of thing is, and I understand with us being since 1987, it's going to be tough on some of our residents. They are predominantly elderly and on fixed incomes. The rate spike is going to be difficult for many of them. And so I don't know what kind of options we have to really do that, because we need to function at a reasonable rate. But if there is anything that we can do to, if there's anything that we could do to change our practices to help prevent issues that would allow us to go lower rates, or if we could tier this on like a two-step, like 2-year breakout and step it up once this year and once next year, potentially.
Well, I can let staff respond to that, but I think, if there's that much unbilled usage, that should certainly help to get that billed in terms of how you're collecting. I mean, in terms of the overall rate level, I think, right? If you need to recover your costs and you're not billing for it, it's probably a big factor in why the rates are increasing. But so does the utility have a plan to replace meters? Does it have like is it planning, taking action to do that, or is it just kind of finding one as they go, or do they have some sort of initiative to sort of replace meters sort of, as a whole, in terms of the problems you're seeing?
Ryan, I've been working on, oh, right, go ahead.
Okay, let me swear you in, and we can take your answer for that. So, can you get you're on phone? Okay, so, that's okay. I'll raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Okay, and give me your name and title, please.
Ryan Jackley, Director of Public Works, Village of Bagley.
Okay. Yeah, so just we're talking about the old meters, maybe inaccurate meters. Seems like they're, from
So
what,
would a complete meter overhaul benefit us with that rate then?
I'm sorry, I had a little trouble hearing you.
But so would like a complete meter overhaul benefit us with the rate study?
Yeah, I just
Like
wondered what your plans were. What did you want to propose? And that maybe something for another case, but I just was curious what you guys were, considering.
Maybe just replacing all the meters, period.
Okay. So, I know you guys probably haven't been doing this very long, and it's been a long time since the last rate case. So if this is something staff might be able to reach out and talk to you about, it might not be, maybe some different people, maybe we have some people that deal with construction and utility projects rather than rates. So it might be useful to either reach out to them, or I don't know if Alex or Kathleen, if you could give them a heads up that they may be looking into something like this. Okay. So,
Well,
but
do you want to swear me in and I can make a comment?
yeah, okay. If
Okay.
that'll help, sure. Yeah. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, just state your name, please.
Kathleen Butzloff, I'm the auditor on the case. One of the things that we look at in each rate case as an auditor is non-revenue water. So basically in summary, like W15, like Shelley mentioned, comparing sales to pumpage. And for Bagley, it was on the little bit towards the lower end of what's acceptable under the administrative code, but we have utilities that are a lot lower. And in those utilities, we actually do suggest some conditions that the administrator might include in the final decision to do kind of a water audit and try and find out why those numbers are not matching, whether it's a problem with data, whether it's actually leaks in the water mains, or whether it's older meters that are not registering. So those are all, things that a utility could look into, but I just want to say that for this particular utility, it was not low enough, the ratios, that it was a big concern that we wanted to put any conditions on the utility or anything. So if the utility already knows that part of the reason on W15 is some of the meters are older and aren't registering correctly anymore, and they would like to start replacing some of those meters, that certainly could be beneficial.
Okay. All right, great. So anything else from the utility? No? All right.
Another question I got,
Yeah.
like how, you have in the, public notice, you have an example of residential rates. Like, how is this gonna impact businesses and nonprofits in the town?
Okay, I think staff can direct you.
Yeah, I can. Do you want me swore in?
Oh, yes,
Question
right.
mark?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, just state your name for the record.
Alex Hanna, Public Utility Rate Analyst for the Commission. To answer the question, that is really on Schedule 14 of the cost of service study and rate design exhibit. It's a bill comparison, and those volume amounts are really from the utilities application. So it proposes bill at new rates and then shows the old rates. It's also important to note that the utility is changing its method of recovery for public fire protection. So the actual increase is higher on Schedule 14 because of more dollars being moved from the annual municipal charge for PFP to direct charges on the water bill. But there are, examples of other users on Schedule 14.
Okay, yeah, and I put that on the screen share so you can get a look.
Yep.
Anything else? Anything else? No? All right. Well, we'll move on commission staff and have them verify their documents. So we'll have Kathleen Bootsloff. Remember, you're under oath. So looks like we have the revenue requirement exhibit and the conventional rate case outreach letters. Those are yours. Is that right?
Yes, they are. And
Okay,
you're
so,
right. I'm already
yeah,
under
you're already
oath.
under, yeah, it's switched
Okay.
it up for you. So are those documents complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
And do you have any additional comments?
I have two additional comments. One is that there were multiple adjustments to the 2023 PSC annual report that needed to be made, and Shelley made all of those and filed the amended report yesterday, so thank you for that. And the final short document about back bills was also uploaded this morning, so that took care of everything in my exhibit cover letter. The other thing I wanted to comment on briefly is Shelley also mentioned a little bit of a concern as far as some of the people being able to pay for the rate increase. At least from the broad perspective, it is something that we do offer, but not very often. And one of the guidelines we typically would consider is if a rate increase is more than 50%, that could be a burden on the customers. And the rate increase that I'm recommending in my staff exhibit is 40%. So that's why that issue, perhaps did not come up when I did my analysis.
All right. Okay, so move on to cost service study and rate design. Alex Hanna, you're already under oath. So is the cost service study and rate design exhibit complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and any comments?
I have no comments at this time.
Okay, so I just wanted to follow up with the water audit. Is that something the utility should reach out to the commission about? Is there a process that you guys know of?
Well, it's available free on the AWW website. That's American Waterworks Association.
Okay.
And like I said, if the utility is interested in doing that, they certainly can take a look at that. And if they're not able to spot it on the website themselves, they can contact one of us and we can help them find it on the website, give them a link.
Okay.
And typically that's something that we would require of a utility when the non-revenue water, the ratio between sales and pumpage is less than 70%. In this utility for Bagley, the average the last few years was 78%.
Okay.
So, there is room for improvement, but it wasn't low enough that we would make that a requirement.
Mhm. All right. All right. Just wanted to make sure they have all the info on that. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So is there anything else we need to address before we adjourn? No? All right. Well, we'll get the record out to Andy Galvin and we'll get an order issued soon. So thanks very much, everyone, and take care. We're adjourned.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.